5-4 down overnight.
Thank you. Frame 10. Ali Carter to break.
It's the same match, but it's a new day for Ali Carter and John Higgins. Higgins made all the running early on yesterday. He led 4-0. At 4-1, he missed frame ball red and scored only 6 more points in the afternoon. Ali Carter pounced and was playing really good stuff towards the end of the session, but they both had, I'm sure, a good night's sleep. Higgins has seen every conceivable position in this championship down the decades. This is anyone's, and it could be a really thrilling conclusion this afternoon. But it's hard to shake, Joe, isn't it? That feeling that Higgins must have that, you know, he could be a long way in front here.
I think he was expecting to be. When he was 4-0 up, he was dictating the game. He was playing well. Safety was good. But then when he missed that red into the left corner, everything seemed to change from that point. Things started going against John. He got a terrible kick, potting a red to the right corner pocket, so the cue ball didn't follow through onto the black when the reds were spread all over the place. Now, little things like that start to go against you. It's like, you know, what have I done wrong? But I think the break came at the right time, actually, because had they carried on, as you said, Ali Carter had started to play well. Made a 91 and a 74 in the last 2 frames, so he was motoring. So time to reflect, as you say, and get all the negative thoughts out of your mind.
You can see there, though, the way the pot success changed. I mean, Carter was really struggling to get in the first 4, but then 94% for the rest of the session is excellent. Tour Championship final last year, though, Higgins, he was 5-1 up on Mark Selby, lost 7 on the spin to trail 8-5, and, you know, it looked like the challenge was done, and then he won 10-8, he won the last 5. So these long matches, and he knows as well as anyone, better than most, that you can actually afford to have a bad mini-session as long as you respond, and the fact is he's still only 1 behind. But that's the way his pot success fell away, from 95% to 4-0 to 77% for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, possible plant here. I think he can make this plant, you know. He'll have to hit it a little bit thicker. And there it goes. And he's on the brown and possibly the green. Well spotted. So,
4.
First chance falls to John Higgins.
His 97th match at the Crucible Theatre, having made his debut 31 years ago.
5.
Well, that one has gone wrong. I don't know if you got a big bounce there, but it looked hard going towards the cushion. And the blue doesn't go to the left corner.
There have been a few big bounces, but as you say, the players can overhit shots as well. So suddenly there's a bit of pressure on this already.
Very good wrist player. Red to the middle at the very least. But he'd like to be on the red to the left corner. was a good shot on the brown with the
Higgins,
wrist,
9.
but this wasn't easy. Across the nap of the table, yeah, you expect him to pot it. You can't get everything. He has got second prize though. He hasn't left the red on.
Ali Carter made his debut here in 2003. It's his 22nd appearance. Of course, he's twice runner-up to Ronnie O'Sullivan, but hasn't actually won a match here since 2019. He's got that white nail to the ball cushion, hasn't he? If Carter wins today, he'll be the first qualifier to do so. We've had 6 results, 6 seeded players from the top 16 through. And he had a scare in qualifying. He was 7-5 down Townsend McGill in the last round, the final round, but won 10-7.
Yeah, great fighter in our sport. Ali Carter always reminded me of Jimmy Connors, the tennis player, who never knew when he was beaten and fought to the very end. And as John Higgins said in his interview, he's a fighter off the table as well as on the table. I wholly agree with that. If he can catch this red ultra thin, has to be ultra thin to miss the blue, chance of getting in behind the yellow. Yeah, didn't catch it thin enough, but that's a pretty good kiss.
All these little nudges, they add up, don't they? And they'll play their part this afternoon.
Yeah, and it doesn't go unnoticed by Ali Carter, I can tell you. And these little nudges can start to affect you.
We've not had a really close match yet. The closest finish was 10-7 on the opening night. Shazing Tong and Liam Highfield. But this just has the feel that it could go all the way. We'll see.
Yeah, the red on the right side of the table just comes into play with the safety. Yeah, played with a lot of topspin on the ball. I think it's just about run into the safe zone.
Reminder that the eventual winner will play either Ronnie O'Sullivan or the Chinese debutant He Guochang. They start out this time tomorrow.
Well, that was a pretty good shot, that. Missing the 3 reds on the left side cushion. There was a danger. Had he caught that red a little bit thinner, he would have made contact with those reds. We expected it to be a cagey start. Both players knowing the importance of this opening game. Either level or 2-frame difference. And the red nearest the right middle comes into play with this safety shot. Catch it a little bit too thick. You make contact with the red. Oh, wasn't close, but a good hit on the brown. Had he caught it full up, could have easily left the red on. But he wasn't anywhere near the pot, was he? Concerning that for Ali.
Well, at least the 3 big colours are still at in play. The 3 small ones are all knocked towards cushions. Yeah, if they'd just carried on yesterday afternoon, you know, Carter, I'm sure, would have carried on the same way. But, of course, it doesn't work like that here. We finished, what, about 6 o'clock? Here we are starting again 2:30 the next afternoon. So it almost feels like a new match, really.
Yeah, and that's the way you've got to look at it. It is a new match. It's part of the same match, but it's a new match between these two now. Different feelings. Concentrated on that cue ball, of which he's got a good one.
Well, if Carter does regard it as a new match, maybe that's a good policy because, of course, he's never beaten Higgins in a 2-session affair. They've only played 2 best of 17s, both won by Higgins. But from his perspective, he could say, well, it's a best of 9. I'm going to win 5 frames. He's won quite a few of those against Higgins down the years. The mind that is such an important thing here, the way you think about matches and positions and what positives you take. Ooh, double kiss. So first mistake big mistake anyway, of this exchange that is actually potentially going to cost Carter.
Yeah, always on as well, and he knows it. That's why he did not want to play that shot. And it's a great chance, this. And as you say, David, the big colours still available. And plenty of open reds.
One.
He could do with that red near the black spot removing, so if and when he does pop the black, it's clear. And that's the red he's come down for.
6. 7.
Higgins has only lost 4 times in the first round of the World Championship in 31 previous appearances. 2 of those were to our own Alan McManus, actually, and he hasn't lost in round 1 for 12 years.
Fourteen. 15.
Well, he certainly doesn't want to play for that red on the cushion behind the black. Unless he absolutely has no choice. And it was difficult to get to another red from where he was. And there'll be memories of this red. Good shot.
23. 30.
Yeah, the 2 reds closest together below the pink. I'm pretty sure one of them will go to the right corner.
Thirty-one.
He's played this one well. Choice of 2 reds now.
36.
These 3 reds with big colours would be enough. He wouldn't need any of the safe ones.
37. 44.
He needs to take at least 1 black with these 2 reds. He may have to play for the pink this time round, but he needs to look at the scoreboard because he just needs a red and a black.
$45.
Well, needs to look at the scoreboard because normally he played down for the blue.
52. 53.
Oh, and he's hampered. He's hampered on the pink. The blue leaves 67 left. So Ali Carter could tie. So I'll need another red. And he's got a shot at it,
58.
the way he's played the shot.
It's also a tough table, isn't it? Even if you miss this. But if he pots it, it's looking like 5-all. Yeah, nicely done from John Higgins. Really good start to the afternoon. He won the safety duel and he's made the frame-winning break, it would seem.
3 snookers. He's just working it out there, Ali Carter.
$62.
Terrific. Terrific. Great opening frame from John Higgins. Just what he wanted. Just what he needed.
Well, he had his purple patch early on yesterday. Ali Carter then had his. Higgins is hoping this is the start of another one for him.
John Higgins, 63.
He's won the first of the afternoon, having lost 5 in a row, remember. And the level again at 5-all.
Ищу тебя каждый день, ищу тебя каждый день, ищу тебя каждый день. Я ищу тебя взглядом в стадии людей, ищу тебя каждый день, ищу тебя каждый день, ищу тебя каждый день. Я ищу тебя взглядом. В этом городе много развлечений, много тех, кто только по течению, много кто ни разу не зайдет в библиотеку. Тут тупые люди и острые предметы. Знаешь, они вкалывают, чтобы хоть поесть, да иначе снова в поезд, да и в степь. Там похуй здесь всем, на книге закладки, хоть джиги сказали, что во дворах что-нибудь есть, да. Тут платье воняет инстинктами, и помада со вкусом бензина, и от всей этой тусы стошнило бы, если бы не было плевать. Смотрел, как голей стоит маяк, тут есть офис, но где мечта? Ездят автобусы, есть толпа, но в этом городе нет тебя, ведь твоя доброта невыгодна, улыбка невежлива, твои слова не наиграны. Твои доктрины не лечатся. Похоже, я скучаю по тебе. В этом старом ноябре я искал тебя взглядом в стаде людей. Ведь не смысл ты, карма ты. Место, где выросли, меж серости, сырости, лишь сердце тут керосин, но быть вечно моросит. Я ищу тебя будто бы в лимбо, и все это похоже на комедию. Прохожу через ад как повинный, чтобы только тебя встретить, зрачки уменьшаются при тебе, тени исчезают при тебе, но ты улетаешь быстрее ракет, и вампиры выползают на обед. Мой Готэм нуждается в тебе. Когда же придет этой ночи конец? Обошел все туннели во тьме, но тебя в моем городе нет. Твоя доброта невыгодна, улыбка невежлива, твои слова не наиграны, твои доктрины не лечатся. Похоже, я скучаю по тебе. В этом старом ноябре я искал тебя взглядом в стаде людей. Ведь не смысл ты, карма, ты свет. Свет.
Frame 11. John Higgins to break.
John Higgins then has stopped the run from Ali Carter of 5 successive frames. 63 break to level up at 5 each.
Well, it was a thin shot, wasn't it? And he hasn't got away with it, so John
Thank you.
Higgins straight back in. Looks a little heavy,
1.
but he's okay.
I think he is sounding a little bit now more like Mark Williams and Ronnie O'Sullivan. We had the interview with Rachel recorded before the tournament
8.
began, and they're just saying, well, what difference would it really make if I won it again? I think he can be like that away from the table, but there's no doubt all three of them, still the class of 92, when they're on the table, they want to win
9.
as much as they ever did. That competitiveness is still there.
Yeah, found the gap there nicely to leave himself on the red.
16. What is it? 24. $25.
Well, I've just gone a little too far from what I wanted, so there's no choice but to play a cannon now. You could play the cannon to the single red, or go into the pack. Just the single red.
$32. $33. $38.
Yeah, the pink Black must
39.
go to that left corner. Easy enough to play for the loose red, but he'll be looking to win the frame at this visit, so pushing more reds into play. And it could have been better. I'm not sure if we can pop the second red up from those two reds to the left of the black.
45.
It appears he can. Right in the centre.
46.
Well, so far he's looking as sharp as he did in the early frames yesterday. It's like a sort of
Please make
replay
sure
of
your phones are on
the
silent.
start of the
Thank
match.
you.
Yeah, he's had plenty of time to put it out of his mind. That second session yesterday. It's going to be interesting where the brown goes if he pots it. Not a good positional shot, that. Look at the cue ball tight to the cushion. Totally misjudged that one. Can't blame it on a bounce. Didn't get there. And this is a big pressure shot.
50.
Oh, great shot. Great cueing. Great shot. And that could be the winner.
It's funny, isn't it? Because obviously he didn't want to leave himself there, but now he's potted it, he feels great. Ali Carter maybe not so much watching on. Just needs to
58.
close it out now and go in front for the first time since he led 4-3.
He's looking very sharp.
Yeah, maybe, you know, having the whole night has been a help. I mean, everyone's different, Joe. Did you prefer to play a match in one day or to have that overnight position?
No, I prefer to play in one day, David. Really did. But sometimes it does work to your advantage to play the next day, especially if you've had a bad day the previous day, because it gives you plenty of time to get over it.
Well, he's certainly looking sharp and he's looking focused at the start of play today. Needs 2 more pots to retake the lead.
65.
Fought hard in the first frame, Ali Carter. It was a hard battle. But the double kiss on the intended safety from Ali, it cost him, and he's never had a chance in this one.
72.
He had a thin cut to the middle from the break-off, but it was
73.
a very difficult shot and left that one red on, from which he's lost the frame.
dare the cue ball go in.
81.
Well, it was a fine 81 from John Higgins. That's his highest break of the whole match, and he's back in front in the match, leading 6-5. But do join us for that. It's going to be really interesting.
Thank you. Frame 12. Ali Carter to break.
So Ali Carter has yet to make much impression on the afternoon, but there's still only one in it. The difference is he's trailing now, 6-5. Two solid breaks, though, from Higgins, weren't they? 63 and 81.
Well, Ali Carter free in the black, but leaving an easy safety for John Higgins in doing so. Couldn't have played that any better, and that's what he played in behind the yellow. He couldn't be that far out of rolling up to the baulk cushion, so definitely played that snooker. Tap on the table there from Ali. He knows he played it. He'd like to get in to the back of the pack, but not sure if he can do it. He's attempted to. He's played it well, but as he left the red to the middle, he has. It was a very good attempt. He just caught the wrong red. But it's awkward cueing this. Red to the left middle.
One.
He's just playing them so confidently. No hesitation in the cue action. That didn't work out unless there's a plant there.
6.
Trying to catch that red a little fuller, so it was left on the red to the right middle. And caught it too thin. I'm sure Ali Carter was thinking it was going to be expensive. Having another look at this plant. Possible plant.
Thin cut to middle it is then.
Seven.
Yeah, good pot, wasn't it? And he didn't intend to cannon the blue. And just caught it.
Yellow ball. John Higgins, 7.
This is where Ali Carter kind of found himself early yesterday, just in the long grass, constantly starved of opportunities and openings. Wouldn't you know it?
Thomas. John Higgins, 6.
But at least he didn't leave a red on.
Back.
So back we go. Desislava Bosilova, of course, refereed the World Final last year with the replacements. Of course, with the new premium seating, the marker's actually now on the balcony, a little further away, the other official in this match. That's why the referees are wearing earpieces.
Yeah, spot on.
Wait a second.
Oh, is the earpiece working? That would help. Referees in the old days, they used to shout the scores out, didn't they? Some of those old guys had extraordinary voices. The Jim Thorpes and John Smythes of this world.
Yeah.
To the cushion, to the bottom cushion. More, half a ball more to,
The other way around.
yeah,
This
to the,
way.
to the bottom
Yeah.
cushion, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny bit more. Just a
Yeah.
touch, if you want, just a touch.
Yeah. John.
Here.
More side needed. More side imparted. And he's okay. Well, if it had been slowing Ali Carter down, he would just play into the pack there. But he gave away the safety advantage by playing out of the pack like that. And he's played it well, Ali. Not often you see John Higgins give away the safety like that. Normally he'd have just touched the cue ball and been patient. But he wants to crack on because he knows he's playing well. 63 and 81 for openers. He's hit the wrong cushion there. He was trying to hit the two side cushions. Yep, and that loose safety has allowed John Higgins to pot a very good long red. He's overdone it. He's overdone it by a long way. Got too much into the cue ball, got too far down the cushion. He was playing for the red to the left of the black. So just the safety.
Frustrating, as that's twice he's been in down at the frame, and of course he's controlling the session so far.
Well, when things are going for you, something like that happens.
John Higgins, 4.
Well, can he be tempted? Yeah, he made sure that he covered the red just below the pink. Because he could have attempted that pot a lot slower, a lot less pace, but he would have left one on had he missed it. Doesn't look like he can pot this, but he must think he can. And he can.
Come on.
That was so tight. I'm sure Ali Carter thought he'd covered that red. Don't think he's on one. Not an easy one anyway. There's a red to the right corner. But from there, it's very tough. But the way he's playing, I'd expect him to take it on. Yeah, it was tough. Now,
John
Ali
Higgins,
Carter with
8.
his first decent chance. How close was this? This would go in most times.
49 minutes playing time since Ali Carter potted a ball. In reality, it's about 22 hours, though, isn't it? So he's finally in.
1.
What can he do?
Well, he'd like to go into the reds. But the only problem is, because he hasn't been in for quite a while, he might just want to get his arm going and maybe play for those two reds closest together. But normally, he would be going into them.
Eight. Nine.
Oh, what a great chance he's got. And within 2 shots, he's got the balls open. 2 very good shots, actually. Down to him now, this frame. Not a ball on the cushion.
16. Seventy.
It's kind of like a new match, so it goes back to you don't settle until you win a frame. And then you're back in the match again. So rightfully taking his time and making sure.
Twenty-three. Twenty-four.
Another player who had just a great grounding in snooker, of course, growing up in Essex. In the late 80s, early 90s as a junior. Such a thriving area for the game.
Thirty.
He was on a scheme back in the day, the Young Players of Distinction. Well, this year he turns 47. He played the World
31.
Seniors Championship.
In fact, he is.
Well, they are.
He's playing in the World Seniors, which starts straight after this in the Crucible.
Well, I guess we can say he's now an older player of distinction, as of course is John Higgins. What hasn't changed in the
30.
years that have passed is his competitive desire. You can see it just the way he walks around the table.
39.
It's imperative that he gets good position on the colour, because you need to get the right side of the black to get onto those two reds closest together. And he wasn't ideal on the black there, and nearly Very nearly made a mess of it. Yes, and the poor shot on the black previously has led to him being out of position on the black. Real pressure balls, these.
Yeah, because every red pots, doesn't it? So it's got to get this.
I was going to say it needs to slow down, but it needed to speed up. He's okay, he's on it. But I don't think he played to get on that red like that. Too risky.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah, he's not been in pinpoint control during the break, but the balls have gone in the pockets. That's all he cares about right now. 30 points in front, just having the white cleaned. And trying to close this out and level the match once more.
No real reason why he shouldn't.
60.
He's too easy
61.
reds. Surely he's not left this pink straight. No, perfect. So just this easy red. And it should be all level again.
67.
Good visit. John Higgins had that tough
68.
red. He was always going to be leading Carter in if he missed it, and that's what happened. Head-to-head does favour Higgins, but not by much, 14-9. There's plenty of people would love to have 9 victories on their record against John Higgins. And there have been some big matches, including at the Masters, that Carter's won.
Yep, and every chance now making century.
75.
Hasn't been any yet.
Yeah, and it was 50 minutes, wasn't it? Since he potted a ball playing time. He just couldn't get in, but that shot from Higgins, very different to the ready miss yesterday, of course. It was a tough one today, but it has, again,
79.
turned things in Carter's favour. It's given him the opening, which he's made full use of.
H1. 84.
His highest break so far in this match is 91.
88. 93.
Well played. His 28th
99.
century coming up of the season. And boy, did he need it.
44th at the Crucible. in his 22 appearances. Yeah, very timely tongue from the cap. 6-all. Who's going to take the lead at the final interval? Ali Carter led 5-4 overnight. Higgins won the first two. Carter's made the first century of the match, 106.
Good cue ball. Now will John play out behind the black? Could leave himself in trouble next shot if he does. Well short of pace there. Cue ball not reaching the baulk line. Yeah, great shot. Great shot, and I'm sure Ali Carter was expecting it.
Touching ball, please declare.
Probably one of the worst safety shots he's played there, Ali Carter. Just skimming off the reds and leaving the cue ball by the baulk line.
Color, please. Brown ball. Thank you.
Yeah, he has to declare the colour because he's touching the green.
Five.
Didn't do much wrong in the last frame, really. It was a tough red he was left with, wasn't it? And he went full-blooded at it. Just didn't get it.
6. 13. Fourteen.
Referee measuring the spot, but it looks like the pink's going to go below the cluster. Close to the spot as it can.
And this could work out in John's favour, actually. If the pink goes, he could leave an angle on the pink to open the reds up. Just depends if the pink
20.
will go. It looks like it will. He has to finish low on the pink though.
Point 1.
So that worked out in his favour if he's got the angle on the pink. He doesn't think so. And that didn't work out.
28.
Didn't get enough right hand side on the cue ball. So has to wait for another chance.
John Higgins, 28.
Well, similar type of shot to what John Higgins got in with. Skimming off the pack of reds here. He didn't reach the balk line. He wouldn't have got them points had Ali played that kind of shot last time round. But he still may have left a red on.
Carter's reaction suggests so. But let's see if he can knock it in. He's shaking his head furiously, but it's not a gimme by any means.
That was close. That was close. And so is this. Just caught the yellow. What a difference. In fact, he still may be snookered. Well, looking at the possibility of another plant. No danger. No danger. And the kiss couldn't have been kinder.
And he's got a ringside seat there, Ali Carter, into what just happened.
Yeah, I think he's bemoaning his luck about leaving the plant, but then the kiss as well. Another great chance. Pink is available to the left corner.
3.
Yeah, I mean, lucky's part of snooker. It's a bit like the weather, you know, you can complain about it, but you can't change it. You've got to try and prepare for it.
Well, the wrong side of the blue might give Ali Carter a bit of hope. So, the big shot of this frame coming up.
9.
That's the red. Just a little stun run through for the pink to the left corner. I think he's okay. Went through a bit further than what he wanted, but he's still okay. He'd have wanted to win this session 3-1, John Higgins.
Well, he's played in this mini session like he did in the first yesterday. He's looked purposeful. He's been positive. He's scoring.
17.
Ali Carter has made a century, of course. So it's set up nicely. Whoever wins this frame, but Higgins a big favourite now. 45 in front, 50 with this blue.
Yeah, he's got to finish this frame off now with blues because black and pink
22.
difficult to get to.
23.
Well, certainly made sure he got the right side of the blue there. A little too far for comfort, that is.
$28. Yep.
You could see the determination there in John's eyes,
29.
weighing the shot up.
Checks the scores. He needs to get on this next red and pot it. And then Carter will need snookers.
Well, certainly got hold of that one. He's on the red.
31.
Not as nice as what he would have liked, but he knows he only needs the red.
We also know a missed red yesterday was a massive moment in frame 6. Carter made the clearance and turned the match on its head. But that one's in.
32.
So not the start Carter wanted despite the century, but this is still in the balance. Jimmy White said 10-9 either way. It's hard to disagree with that. Extra 6 points for Higgins. 66 in front, so 2 snookers required now.
Very solid performances from John. And managed to cover the red.
38.
I think Carter's seen enough.
Higgins, frame.
So John Higgins has won the mini session 3-1. He leads the match 7-6. And when they return in 15 minutes, he will need 3 frames to advance. Of John Higgins against Ali Carter. The players about to emerge. Here they come. No more intervals. So Higgins has done what he was hoping to, and that's win that mini session. But there's still only one in it. 7-6.
Frame 14. Ali Carter to break.
Ali Carter then to break in frame 14 of a possible 19. He'll be hoping that it's the same story as yesterday, that after the interval he takes control. He won all 5 frames played, of course, after the interval yesterday. He's already won 1 this afternoon, but it's John Higgins with the advantage. Aiming to reach the last 16 here for the 28th time in 32 appearances.
Red going over the middle pocket, and it was supposed to go past it, but had it gone past it, the cue ball could have gone in off. So he was trying to keep the cue ball out of the pocket, but at the expense of not getting the red safe. And just what he didn't want, to leave John Higgins with an easy starter. 3 or 4 reds out.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, he's just not getting ideal position. He was too far on the red, which meant he had to go back for the blue, and now just a little bit too far on the blue for comfort. And now in prime position.
12.
We saw those shots of Ronnie O'Sullivan practicing in the interval. Could be Higgins O'Sullivan in round 2. They played in the final here 25 years ago. They played each other 6 times here. The first 30 years ago. It's 3 each. In terms of meetings here. I'm tempted to say if they did play, it'd be a decider, but, you know, knowing those two, probably in 5 years' time they'd be playing each other. Anyway, Ronnie's not started yet, and John isn't through yet.
$21.
So has to leave an angle on the black this
28.
time. Don't think that red directly above the black will pot. Well, that was just careless. There's nothing pressure about that. He can't believe he's missed that.
28.
He was concentrating on the cue ball to leave himself nicely on the black to open the pack of reds. Now, how important will that be in this match? Because he missed one yesterday and he never seemed to recover from it. Ali Carter got stronger for sure, but John Higgins did get chances after that and missed them. If Ali Carter can punish here, who knows? And didn't get into that pack of reds early enough. The cue ball swinging past the reds.
8.
And there's the difference, because yesterday, of course, the missed red Carter immediately took out the frame from. So Higgins will still be annoyed, but not as annoyed as had he lost the frame. Meanwhile, he's nowhere near these reds.
Anonymous. Ali Carter 8. John Higgins 4.
Surely he's not left another plant.
Well, it's amazing. It looks like he has.
Well, I think the red will go to the middle. It's not easy. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I'm sure he would have been downplaying it.
tense little standoff here. And get used to it, I think, because we're getting now towards the real business end of this match. The stats suggest Higgins is on top in terms of safety overall.
Is it hard enough? Is it hard enough? Just.
Touching ball. Please put the wrappers down. Thank you.
The dreaded sweep wrappers, bane of a referee's life.
That's a clever shot, that, from Alicata. If he plays the cue ball back into the baulk area, he's in trouble next shot.
One thing I hope is that I do get to finish the match in this session. Obviously, a couple of long frames might threaten that. It's 5 years since a first round match had to come back for a third session. In fact, John Higgins played in it. He was against Tian Peng Fei.
Well, both these players, very, very tough safety players. Both can play the game, both know every shot. And it's fascinating sometimes just to see what kind of shot they choose to get out of trouble and put their opponents in trouble. What about that? What about that? Played it with safety in mind, but tried to get onto the black just in case it went in. But look at this for a shot. Now, who would have seen that? Well, I certainly didn't. And deserved better. From those two shots, deserved better.
8.
Well, we're looking at Ali Carter there, who must have thought that he'd played a very good safety. And with a good kiss there, he might well have cost him the frame.
Higgins again pushing a red safe-ish with a 32-point lead. Yeah, I mean, if it comes to purely the sort of thinking side of things, there's probably no one better than John Higgins. And if he's playing well enough to execute the shots as well, that's what makes him still at the age of 50 such a formidable competitor and opponent for anybody. 3 finals this season. At the Masters he beat Xiao Xingtong and Judd Trump, world champion and world number 1. And it's kind of not supposed to happen. The natural order of things says that you get replaced by younger players. That's how sport usually works. But, of course, as we know, Mark Williams already through. Higgins in front here, Ronnie O'Sullivan to come tomorrow, the class of 92, in their 50s. Still so hard to beat. Yet to pot a long ball in this session. But that is in all the way. Superb.
Great shot. And cleverly placed that cue ball near the cushion in case it didn't go in. Very crafty, that. Good thinking. 3 reds below the pink. All go to the left corner. This is a great chance. Get back into the frame. Difficult to win it from here, but to get right back in it with a
6.
chance to win it.
Seven.
Just straighter on the black than he would have wanted. And it wasn't difficult, the red, to leave himself with a nice angle on the black. Having to play for the red to the middle, and he hasn't quite come back far enough. And that's the importance of not being straight on the black.
14.
He couldn't screw back because of the red near the left side cushion. So he was playing for this red to the right centre. And he's going to take a good shot. Control the pocket, but dropped in. This is looking good. Played it into a spot where it was going to be on more than one red. And that's a better angle on the black to manoeuvre it anywhere. Again, straighter than what he wanted. I think it's got to be the red down the cushion now.
34.
But that could work to his favour.
As we've seen, precision required with these corner pockets.
It's awkward, this.
Stretching.
Yep. And that's a better angle.
Yep.
Still got the problem of that red near the left side cushion at some stage, if he gets that far.
Forty-two. Forty-three.
Yeah, just overrun it slightly. The yellow is the best ball to get to the red, but the toughest. The brown is the easier shot. But tougher to get position on the last red. Oh, he's just managed to miss the yellow. He took a risk there.
47. 48.
So 16 points, the difference. Hard to get to the next red. $22 the difference, and surely this is too risky to take on. The safety is easy.
54.
He wins if he pots it, for sure, but he also loses if he misses it.
How many out of 10 would you get?
Well, I'd say it's less than half. This is a tough shot. So he's playing the safety. Well, I thought he was playing the safety. He went for the pot with some safety in mind, but
54.
that could cost him a frame. A 2-frame lead is beckoning.
Yeah, as you say, one thing to miss the red, but catching the pink was the real problem there, because it set up this chance for Higgins. But it's very tense now, isn't it? Nothing's guaranteed. But surely if he pots this red, he's a big favourite to go 8-6 up.
Well, you can't fault Ali Carter for trying to win a frame at that visit. Could have played safe and then lost the safety battle, and the result's the same. He may as well go to try and win. He needs them all.
4. Six. Nine. Thirteen.
Played
18.
it perfectly. The right side of the pink to get to the black.
Another big moment in a match full of them.
24.
So John Higgins with the last black of frame 14 to make a big steal and move 2 clear. Cool as ice, and not on the head from Ali Carter. He tried to kill the frame off, but missed that last red. Higgins 2 away now at 8-6. Albeit Carter won his frame with a century.
He's brought that red down the table again, but is it too far for the cut to the middle for Ali Carter? ultra thin, this one. Not thin enough. The long red to the right corner, no good to him. Can't get to a colour from it. He stayed positive, Ali Carter. He was positive taking that last red on in the last frame. Easy to say he should have played safe on it after the event. Another good shot. He's not missing much, is he? He did miss an easy red into the right corner in the last frame, but that was through lack of concentration. What about that for a positional shot? And make no mistake, he played that. He knew he was going to be on one of those two reds.
Yeah, I think in general there's been very few unforced errors actually overall in what is a long match, and that's why the ones that we've seen have been so significant.
6.
Looking to see where the pink will go if he pots it. I don't think it will interfere with the red he's going to play onto. I would have liked to have been straight on this red, which leads to the black.
Twelve.
So he could try and go into the reds here, well, into the pink actually. The harder he plays it, the arc will appear later, catch the reds thin, so he can't afford to hit it too hard. Very nearly got them thin.
Twenty.
That's the red that he'd like to get on, but I don't think he can do it this time round. I think he may have to play that red to the right of the pink spot. And didn't want the kiss.
26.
Another very tough pot, this. And no guarantee of being on the black. Another great pot note. And the kiss ensured he was on the black. What a a shot that was. Dead under the cushion.
$34.
Concern for Ali Carter. John Higgins, one thing he knows is how to get a match win at the Crucible. He's won 69 of them. If he wins this one,
35.
he'll be level with Stephen Hendry on 70, with Ronnie O'Sullivan out in front on 81.
Well, this is hard snooker, isn't it? And he's forging chances from nothing, really.
42.
And when he does get into trouble, he seems to be able to pot his way out of it. Good match snooker.
$43.
He thinks it goes. But I don't think he's on it,
50.
judging by the body language. Oh, pushed it towards the cushion, but didn't get it close enough. And the kiss on the yellow, well, had he caught the red thinner, he would have missed the yellow.
It's unusual for him to finish with not his best safety.
But Ali Carter is finding it difficult now at the moment.
Yeah, it's all changed, doesn't it? Again, Higgins 50-0 in front. Can he knock this red in and move into a 9-6 lead? Not this time.
I was about to say he's not missing much, but he's missed that, and Ali Carter gets a chance. And you feel he's got to take this. He's got to win this visit for me.
Well, Higgins knows that was a really good chance to take the firmest grip yet on this match. He also knows how tenacious Ali Carter is. Been so many twists and turns in this match. Is this another one towards the captain?
Well, there's two reds he can play for here. There's one to the left of the pink spot, and there's one below the pink spot. If he takes the one below the pink spot, the one above the black, it releases the other one to the right corner. So both shots are okay. But decided to play for that one. As I say, both shots are okay, providing he can get to the pink or black from this. Preferably the black. Got to leave a nice angle on the black now to get to that red. Above, directly above the black. And that releases all the reds to the right corner. And he can get there. Well, he's disgusted with that shot.
7.
That was his chance. I mean, really, if he didn't like the shot that I described, he could have played for the red to the right middle. He was playing for one of these two reds. And as hard as he hit that shot, he still didn't get on them as he wanted to. Yeah, well, he lives again, Ali Carter.
Well, Higgins on top, but can't quite put this frame away. He's got to give Carter hope. He's sort of gone through agonies, Ali Carter, this afternoon. Only won one frame, but he's still only 2 behind.
Yeah, good pot. Now, is the kiss going to be kind? I'm afraid not. He can lay a snooker, but he'd like to have been potting balls.
Green ball. What house is 1?
He's kind of got away with that. Yes, the red is on next to the black. But what a tough shot at this stage of the match. And he's going to be leaving that red to the right of the blue if he does miss it. What a brave shot. What a good shot. Is he going to be on anything? He's on a tough blue. Surely he deserved better than that.
Just feels like every shot is the biggest he's got to play so far. See him preparing himself for it, though. I think he thought he got that. I'm sure he did, but not to be.
It never looked into me. Coming down the table, these pockets are tight. Always look to be hitting the angle. Look at this. Look where it was hitting. Yeah, they go in sometimes, those, on some tables. But not this one. Surely that's going to cost him.
Very nervy frame. which is understandable. This battle has been nearly 5 hours now, total playing time.
Just the red needed for a 3-frame lead.
7.
Just one away from the last 16. Again.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument John Higgins is better than ever, purely because it shouldn't really be happening at this level, at this age. But it is. He's come here 5th in the world rankings, getting to finals, beating top players. And as you say, he needs one more frame, and he continues into the last 16 of the World Championship once more.
14.
Ali Carter had chances in this frame, but now he needs snookers.
John Higgins, 14. And 3.
And he's not moving. So John Higgins then has won 5 of the 6 frames played here this afternoon and needs one more to reach round 2 here at the Crucible. He leads Ali Carter 9-6. To stay in the World Championship. 3 frames down, 4 frames left to play.
Well, let's open things up. Yeah, just trying to land up to the red near the left side pocket. And that's okay. It was a little bit pacey, but because he caught it full, it's okay. There is a red to the right middle. Again, very dangerous to take on. But he might feel it's time to have a go. I don't know how he's feeling. Oh, what a shot. What a great shot. Played the cue ball to the ball cushion, knowing he was going to be on the yellow. But what a shot this was. It deserves to be a frame winner. Black only goes to the right corner, so it would make sense to play for that red to the left corner. Would have liked to have missed the blue. But this red still gets him to the black.
4.
And if it wasn't so important, this frame, this black would have been relatively easy, but he cannot afford to miss anything. Nice pot, aggressive into the pack.
11.
And it has freed the pink now.
Twelve. Eighteen. 19.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go down for the pink or blue again now.
26. 27.
'Well, he's got that sort of strut back, hasn't he, now? You know, this is where we often see players actually play their best when they have to. It's either produce something or you're out.
33.
Yeah, the problem is there's no way to get to the black from any of these reds, so he's got to concentrate now on the pink and blue.
$38.
Nicely onto the
39.
black. He'd love to remove that red to the left of the black there, just one below it slightly. I don't think he's straight enough on the black. He's going to have to pinch a little on the pocket.
$46. 47.
Didn't want that. It's going to be very difficult to get to a red from there. Good shot. Terrific shot. He's tried his best to get onto this red to the left corner. And if he's on it, that was a superb positional shot. What an effort that was to get to that red. He's playing for the red nearest the left corner. And he's probably a fraction. Can't see from here, but he's very close. This is risky. This is very risky.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have gone in most times. wouldn't it?
Alicata 54.
Well, like you say, Joe, you know, he's gone for it, hasn't he? You can't fault that. He didn't go into his shell. I thought that was in, honestly, but it's not. And now the question, okay, he's 54 in front, but will he actually get back to the table? Because we know what John Higgins is like at taking out frames, taking out matches from behind.
1.
Well, his first shot is perfect. I was going to say the red next to the pink is fairly tough, but it goes to the middle and possibly the corner. Those two reds near the black cushion, difficult to get onto. But that red he's just potted was a difficult shot to get ideal on a colour, but he's done it. He's overrun by a distance there.
6.
That was a poor positional shot from John Higgins. And he knows it. Can still pot it, but the positional side of the shot a little bit more difficult. And missed that by a distance again. Oh, look at the
Joe
cue
Higgins
ball.
6.
Who knows? He may have played something like that just in case he missed it. But it's a let-off for Ali, no doubt about that.
There's no way he played it there. He missed that red by a mile as well.
He did, he did. But he didn't play it hard enough to come in and out of balk, did he?
But I suppose from Carter's perspective, all right, he's snookered and it's not nice. At least he missed the red. You're
Exactly.
clinging on to any positive.
Exactly. And that's the positive way to think. He could have been out. So he'll be trying to land up to those two reds nearest the left corner. Oh, this is a good shot. This is a good shot.
Yeah, it would have felt a little unjust had he lost the match from there. Higgins had played such a good shot, hadn't he, from the initial red to the blue, and then completely overran and got nowhere near the next pot. So is that he's not feeling that assured himself, even though he's 9-6 up?
I think you're right, actually. You know, some of the shots that he played in the last frame was suggesting that. Ali Carter needs to see that. Notice that it could be difficult to win the last frame for anybody. Well, another poor safety from John, but has he been fortunate? I don't think he can pot that.
Higgins is getting a lot of running, and in fairness, Carter is not showing any reaction to that.
Maybe a shot to nothing here to the right corner. Those two reds are out of the equation. Oh, well, that's another poor shot from John Higgins. Really is. And 48 points. The lead doesn't need to do too much. Very close to the pot, but the mistake was hitting those two reds. Not going to get a better chance than this to pull one back.
Yeah, strangely, he's looking the more assured of the two, even though he's trailing. As I say, you know, Higgins had a bit of run there, and how he likes to show emotion, and that's fine, but he didn't. Just getting on with it.
7.
Red in the colour, and looking like 9-7.
Eight.
Full concentration on the pink. More on the pot, less on the position. Just one snooker though.
14.
And that should make sure.
15.
So he's still in this match.
Twenty-one. 22. 29. 30. 37. 38. 45.
I think Carter's brought some good energy in the last frame. You know, he's come out, taking his shots on, looking like a man who doesn't think it's over.
47.
Maybe that has slightly affected Higgins. So Carter needs to continue in that vein to try and keep the pressure on.
50.
This match has swung
59.
before. It did yesterday. Remember, Carter won 5 in succession. 9-6 down, he needed to win 4. He's won the first.
65.
'Ali Carter with that 65 extends the match. John Higgins still needs one more to reach the second round of the World Championship. His lead is cut to...
Thank you. Frame 17. John Higgins to break.
these stats very tight, but it's about doing it when the real pressure comes on, which is right now.
Yeah, the black didn't go into the right corner pocket, so there was no value in taking that red on. But has he left the red to the right of the black? Well, he can't have done, otherwise he'd have been down playing the shot. And this is all the hallmarks of a possible double kiss. Well, he opened the reds up in the previous two frames. I'm trying to put John Higgins under pressure to score. And it's a good safety. Could have skimmed off the pack, could have hit the other red. But decided to open the reds up. Yeah, you can see all kinds of problems. And difficult to see a way back to baulk from there. As he tries to just catch the paint. Or you could go for the pot. Terrific pot. Absolutely brilliant pot. And it could have worked out for him that he was on the black. It very nearly did.
Even so, the pot would have made him feel good, wouldn't it? Because he missed a couple in that last frame, but we know his extraordinary powers of resilience. Well, the pink goes.
Oh, that's a bonus. I didn't think it went. But is he on anything? Maybe that's why he was taking his time with the pink, because it was difficult to get onto a red.
7.
Well, Ali, you can't do anything about somebody knocking in a red like that. And the pink wasn't easy either. Another good pot. Can plant. And this black is a real tester. This is what could win him the match. Nicely played.
Just feels like this chance has come out of nowhere, but John Higgins has crafted it, and now Carter just has to watch and focus in case the chance comes for him, but Higgins is where he wants to
15.
be.
Well, he played a good safety, didn't he, Ali? There was no safety shot back. There wasn't even a containing safety shot. That's why he had to go for that pot. But he got it, and as you say, he must be feeling good now. After knocking that long red in, feeling on top of the world. Now, can he develop the black and pink at some stage? He can win the frame with blues, but he would like to. Well, he's overhit this one. wasn't good.
21.
Oh, I hit that by a long way. Nicely recovered.
He kind of starred that out, didn't he? He almost acted as if, oh, yes, of course I'm on this red. He didn't play on it, but he didn't and ah and make it into a big deal, even though it was missable. So, back in amongst the reds, and the break continues. It's 30 years since Higgins
20.
won his first match here. He didn't win on his debut in 95, so 1996. He won his first match. If he can get over the line here, it'll be his 70th match win at this venue. Same number as Stephen Hendry,
26.
who, of course, led the way for Scottish snooker and then some, winning all those world titles in the 90s. John got to practice with him at a young age, which probably involved fishing balls out for most of the time, but he would have learned so much.
Well, I think that was another mistake,
31.
catching that red. I'm not sure if the pink will go, but if it does, brilliant. If not, then it's difficult to get the right side of the blue from here. Not impossible, just difficult. He's managed it spot on.
This is just shaping up to be one of those epic Higgins breaks, isn't it? You know, he just keeps pulling these extraordinary contributions out.
Well, enjoy him while you can, Higgins, because
37.
it could be a long, long time before you see his light coming through the game. The knowledge that he has, not just his ability at potting, break building, safety play, at the all-round game. That's the first
38.
mistake. Getting straight on the blue. It's not going to have an easy red from here. Again, surprised he played for this red. It's fraught with danger, this. No, surely not. Well, he's got second prize though, and that's what he played, to be fair. He played the safety as well.
John Higgins, 43.
Slightly different knuckle, though, that red. You know, it might have been on, but anyway, again, Carter will be happy that the break's over and the match isn't.
Everything inside him wants to take this red on. And it could be his last shot if he does. Now, where's everything going to land? It's landed okay, really, for Ali Carter. Easy safety for John Higgins, but he could have had the pot, an easier pot than the long one that has been left. Doesn't want to try and get over the line too quickly. Got to be patient. He's got a 43-point lead with the black and pink tied up. And that's why he might feel he can have a go at this red. This time it's John that gets away with it.
While we watch this, it's just been announced that the winner next year will receive £625,000, up from £500,000 this year. And the UK Championship first prize has also gone up by over 60,000. I mean, when they started playing snooker, it wasn't for money. It was for the love of the game, but the rewards are there. Obviously, only one person's going to win that, but there'll also be increases in the rounds before the final to be announced in due course.
He caught that nicely. That was a tough safety from Ali Carter. He's fighting, he's trying. But those three big colours, blue, pink and black, all difficult there. Another attempt at the pot. Trying his best to win this match. The pot, but he's not going to have much for it, except the snooker maybe.
Rainbow.
Doesn't want it on the cushion.
For a minute I thought he'd gone in, which he certainly didn't want, but anyway. He's still in there fighting Ali Carter. You'd expect nothing less. It's the sort of match I think it's panned out the way we thought it would, close. It always looked that way when they drew each other. One of the tougher matches to call. Higgins would start favourite with his record and with the season he's had, but he recognised Ali Carter Could easily have been seeded here himself. Of course, he has been many times. Twice finalist. And of course, he beat John's friend Anthony McGill from 7-5 down, won the last 5 frames to win 10-7 in the final round of qualifying last week.
Well, he could try and bring the blue into play and try and get the cue ball in behind the yellow. The black already available now. Not far away. Yep, it's a good one. I don't think it's a snooker, but it's still a very good safety. And the blue's out. Yeah, and a very good return. He was tight under the cushion there, Higgins, and he caught that red just as he wanted. He needs some luck, and he didn't get it. That could be his last shot. He knows it.
Yeah, I mean, he had to try and open the frame up, of course, trailing, but he's left the red 42 in front Higgins. And Carter has that resigned look on his face.
One.
Well, they both fought so hard in this match.
Three.
Well, pretty sure he didn't play for this red. And it's not going to be easy to get onto the blue. He may have to play it with topspin and side. If he can get onto the black from this red to the right corner. What a shot. At this stage of the match, that was a beauty.
Glance at the scores. Black to lead by 53. So another red and a black. Carter would
11.
require a snooker. He's fought so hard this afternoon. Of course, he led 5-4 overnight. Made a century to make it 6 all. Pink will do to get to snookers required. Be 1 needed if this goes in. He's just so hard to beat, John Higgins, isn't he? It's his 32nd appearance at the Crucible. He's only lost 4 times in round 1. Barring snookers, it's a record that's going to continue.
He's given it his all. There's no doubt about that. Didn't get much running in the early part of the match. And that makes absolutely sure.
Well, it's 30 years since John Higgins first won a match here at the Crucible. The run that year ended in the quarterfinals to Ronnie O'Sullivan. And if O'Sullivan beats Guo Chang, they're going to play each other here in the second round, 3 decades on.
John Higgins, 19.
Ali Carter concedes and John Higgins completes victory by 10 frames to 7. Another member of the class of 92 at the age of 50 is through. Can the third member, Ronnie